This is Spud here from HitStartNow.com, coming at you with another quick hit. Now, Destiny was released over the last week or two. Destiny has been a huge thing in the last couple of E3s and so on and so forth. They've really been building this game up like a motherfucker. It looks like it's going to blow up. It looked like it was going to take over the entire world. But unfortunately, it seems to have gotten lukewarm reviews, even though it's sold a shit ton. I believe it's become the most pre-ordered new IP in history. But it's sold by the bucket load. But it seems that the reviewers didn't really take to it too well. Now, that's fair enough. You know, they got kind of shitty scores. That's fair enough because every reviewer kind of had their own take on these things, and that's personally the way I see it. I review games at HitStartNow.com myself, so I can kind of understand that. Every reviewer, you've got to write from the way you see a game, you know? And because of that, then, people all had kind of different opinions on it. Like, I see a lot of games going on that got really, really bad scores that I loved. I saw a lot of games that got great scores that I thought were poo. You know, Alice Madness Returns is one of my favourites in this generation. I thought it was fantastic, yet it got a really bad score for being linear. You know, it came out with like a 5 or a 6 or something. It didn't score well at all, where I think it really deserved to. Bulletstorm, I think, is one of the most imaginative games in the last 10 years. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. But again, it didn't do well score-wise. While other things, I say, GTA 4 absolutely blew up, and I didn't like them. You know, they got like 10 out of 10 across the bar. I thought they were a bit shit. But every reviewer's got their own take on it, and that's fair enough. But it seems to boil down to scores. I'm not into the whole scores thing myself. I don't believe in it. I don't believe that any game can be summed up by a quick glance at a score and go, that's a 7. Grand. I know where I stand now. I think every game has a bit more to offer than that, and it deserves to be chatted out with a couple of paragraphs or a bit of a chat, whatever the case may be. I don't think it should all be summed up in one number. You know, I just don't think it works. I don't think it's fair on the game in question. I don't think it's fair on the consumer that you're writing a review for, if you're working for one of those type of sites, for example. You know, like, I've never played a game and thought to myself, my God, man, that game was 7. Or, I hate that game, man, it's so 4. You know, it doesn't work like that. Oh, dude, that game's 10. It's total 10. No, it doesn't work like that. Nobody really thinks like that. And if you're going to throw in like 60 or 70 quid on a video game, you should probably do a bit more research and glance at the number. You know, if you get burned for not doing it, it's kind of your own tough shit, really. But anyway, bit sidetracked there. Destiny, it didn't get great reviews. It didn't get great fucking numbers. It didn't get great ratings. That's fair enough. But the executive producer of Bungie, a guy called Patrick O'Kelly, which is a very Irish kind of Bigarat kind of name there, if ever I heard one. But he spoke out then and he said, after 20 hours, it gets really fucking good, man. He said that, considering it's an MMO, it starts off slow, as MMOs tend to, but after a while you find yourself playing a completely different game. Of course, the internet being the internet took this out of proportion and said, yeah, you'll be playing a different game because you'll have traded it in. Fair enough, it wasn't bad, it made me chuckle. But the thing is, after 20 hours, maybe it does get good. Maybe it doesn't. I don't know. I haven't really played it. I believe Richie will be talking about it on the upcoming HitStartNow.com podcast. But I haven't really played it, so I'm kind of looking from an outsider's perspective here. And I'm thinking, 20 hours. 20 hours is a long fucking time, man. 20 hours is half a week's work. 20 hours is almost a full day. 20 hours is a long time to dedicate to kind of anything that's not great. You know, anything it's promising to be great, but it's not necessarily great. You know, and you're running kind of a gamble there for 20 hours, you know. Looking down the road thinking, yeah, this is going to get better. This is going to get real good. And maybe it is. Maybe it's not. You know, I've played a lot of games where I put 20 hours into that I didn't think were great, and I wondered why the hell I was playing them. You know, did I enjoy them in the end? Yes and no, depending on the game in question. There's a good chance that the reason I enjoyed them was due to Stockholm Syndrome. I was stuck with this game for 20 hours. I ended up enjoying it because I had nothing else to fucking play. I'd extracted as much enjoyment out of this one as I could, or I was fucked. Maybe that was the case. You know, maybe 20 hours into a game, it did change round. It all depends on the title in question, but it is a big gamble. You know, personally, I think games should be good from the get-go. You know what I mean? I think as soon as you hit start, that's it. You should be thrown in there into a world that's trying its very best to entertain you in every way, shape, and form. You know, you're out to throwing in big cash for this game. You want to be entertained. That's why you're playing the game. You want to be entertained. Whether it's huge story, huge battle scenes, lovable characters, great platforming, whatever the case may be. You want to be entertained. That's why you're there. And the game should do whatever it can to make sure you can do that. To make sure you are entertained at all times. Not entertained 20 hours down the road. You know. Like, I'm playing Super Mario Galaxy at the moment. As soon as I hit start and that, I was loving it. It was incredible from the get-go. It was amazing. It was so different. It did everything I had to do. I'm still enjoying it now, hours and hours later. I'm also playing Metal Gear Rising Revengeance, which, again, is just absolutely stunning. You know, as soon as you hit start, it wants to give you everything, and it just throws it your way. It's full on from the get-go. Now, I'm not saying that every game has to be full on with action as soon as you jump in, but it's got to do something. It's got to try and entertain you. It's got to try and entertain you as opposed to just walking you down the road going, come on, entertainment's down here. Come on now. You know, it's got to try everything it can. Now, I realise that Bungie's Destiny is kind of playing that MMO card. And MMOs, like all kind of RPGs, do take quite a while to kick off. But in the meantime, from 0 to 20, there should be a lot going on there to keep you amused. There should be a lot more than just generic shooter, which this guy Patrick actually pretty much says. He says, yeah, it might hit you as your familiar shooter. Familiar, the nice way of putting generic, alright, yeah, the nice romantic way of putting it. But, you know, it should try everything it can to keep you entertained at all times. You know, in any way, shape or form. Instead of just this promise that may be true or may be false, I don't know, that 20 hours later you're going to start enjoying it. You know, like I said, that's a whole week's worth of work. That's a lot more than I'm willing to do. About a promise that might not be real at the end of it. But, then again, the next guy can love it as soon as he jumps in. Let me know what you think about the 20-hour rule. I've heard a lot of my friends saying it as well about this game, that game getting a lot better at the 20-hour mark. I find it hard to believe. What do you reckon? Do you play by the 20-hour rule? Or a couple of hours into a game where you just say, fuck it, I've had enough. Blood Drive is shit. You know, I'm going to play Darksiders because it was good from the very beginning. You know, what do you reckon? Let me know, hit me up. In the meantime, we will be more than likely talking about Destiny a lot more in depth on this month's HitsThatNow.com podcast. So keep an eye and an ear out for that. This is Spud from HitsThatNow.com signing off. Good luck. Thank you very much for watching more of our HitsThatNow.com Quick Hits. If you enjoyed this video, please like, share and subscribe. You can also catch us at HitsThatNow.com, where we have written reviews, monthly blogs, infamous monthly podcasts. You can catch us as well on @HitsThatNow on Twitter and /HitsThatNow on Facebook. All of these will be linked down below in the description. Thank you very much.